Ooh, what's going on? This is Chris Black from Eclipse Spotlight ES. Today is Tuesday, November 4th. It's election day in New Jersey, the gubernatorial election, and also some other, I'm not say minor, but other small elections. But the governor's race is the big one. Uh, I guess this will be episode 4.5. It's not going to be episode 5 yet because 5 is my favorite number, so I want to do something special for my 5 in the podcast. However, this is also my follow-up, but also my election day post. My follow-up to the New Jersey primary podcast that I did before, where I endorsed Barack Obama for governor. Not Barack Obama. I endorsed Ras Baraka for governor. And I'm sticking by my endorsement. I like Ras Baraka. I still like Ras Baraka. I think Ras Baraka should have been the New Jersey Democratic Party candidate for governor in the state of New Jersey in 2025. But he came in second place. Mikey Sherrill came in first place. And as I said during my analysis of the primary election, leading up to it, where I endorsed Ras Baraka, Ras did not have the support of the Essex County Democratic Party organization. He did not have it. Right? They endorsed Mikey Sherrill. Statewide, if Essex County is endorsing Mikey Sherrill, then the New Jersey Democratic Party is endorsing. Well, I should say, because it was a primary election for the Democrats, but I'm saying the base, the foundation, the main part of the New Jersey Democratic Party. If the Essex County Democrats under Leroy Jones, who's the chairman, endorses Mikey Sherrill, then New Jersey Democratic Party, who's also under chairman Leroy Jones, is endorsing Mikey Sherrill. So I'm not gonna say it was an uphill battle for Ras in the first place to get the nomination, but he did pretty well to come in second. Jersey City Mayor Steve Fulop came in third, and I heard he paid a lot of money to come in third place. He did pretty good too, because much like Ras Baraka didn't have the endorsement and support of the Democratic Committee, official Democratic Committee of Essex County, where New York, the city of New York, is located. Mayor Steve Fulop did not have the support or endorsement of the Hudson County Democratic Committee. And Hudson County is where Jersey City is located. So the fact that he came in third place is a testament to the fact that I heard he was spending like, $1 million a week. A week that he was putting out a lot of dough, putting a lot of money on his campaign because he's getting money. He's rich and he can do it, right? And he wanted to win. Well, he was really legitimately trying to win. So you can't knock the guy for that, for doing what he's got to do if he's got the means to do it, right? But it got him third place. And Ras Baraka came in second. And even though he came in second, a lot of people might think, oh, he lost. But no, I mean, there's victory even in defeat sometimes, because you show your strength. And I'm very impressed that he came in second at all, statewide. I didn't think he would do that well unless he was getting the endorsement of all of the Black Democrats. I'm gonna keep it 100, which would have meant the official Essex County Democratic Committee organization, Hudson County, Passaic County, and Union County. I thought that that's what it would have taken for Ras to actually inauguration, and he did not get the official endorsement or support of any of those groups, and he came in second place. That's really a testament to how good a candidate that he was in these times, where people were generally looking for some kind of support. I mean, some kind of change and difference in the way that things have been going that led up to the 2024 election, where Trump got back into office as president, and the Democratic Party nationally seemed like it took a beating. I don't say it seemed like it took a beating. To me, it did take a beating. Like I said, it took them to the woodshed, baby. Right? The people spoke, and they spoke for Trump and conservatism. And now here we are in 2025, and it's the midterm elections coming up. It's the start of them. New Jersey is one of the states, one of those bellwether states. And so we're going to see how the Democrats have responded and what's going to be the response to that. Of course, Trump's first 100 days in office, Trump's time in office, he's been doing a lot of things, right? That people did not like, go from renaming it, go from Mexico to go from America. ICE crackdowns, that's immigration crackdowns, getting rid of DEI, not trade wars, tariff wars or confrontations, bombing Iran, all types of good stuff that he's been doing. Not good stuff, but just interesting stuff that he's been doing since he became president. And so it seems to me like the Democrats, as opposed to going back and rethinking their entire strategies of how they've been doing things leading up to the 2024 election loss, they're just doubling down on the fact that people don't like Trump or what he's done, and so the alternative is to go to the Democrats. And so I think that that's one of the reasons why Mikey Sherrill got the endorsement of the official New Jersey Democratic Party and official powers that be, quote unquote, Democratic Party. I'm not mad. I'm not saying she's a bad candidate. I'm not saying she's it's an L for the state or an L for the Democrat, because it's not. It's a win. She's a veteran. She's a woman, and so she's got broad appeal, I guess, right? And also the support of the official Democratic committee organization, New Jersey statewide committee. The interesting thing to me, and one of the reasons why I endorsed Ras Baraka, was because I felt like, not just based on that election, but if the Democratic Party was about that progressive Democratic platform and policy that they've been saying that they've been about beginning with Barack Obama, but Barack Obama kind of modeled himself as a Reagan centrist, right? He wasn't really out there, even though his candidacy and his win seemed like it was like, ooh, so progressive and ooh, so to the left leaning, but he did not govern that way at all. He tried to be center of the road, please everybody, not cater to the base or the support or whatever you want to call it, the way that Trump is, right? But I don't have any beef with Mikey Sherrill being the candidate. She's probably going to win because Jersey is a blue state, right? Jersey votes Democrat. It's blue. They haven't voted Republican since Tom Keene, I believe, and that's what years ago, 70s, 80s, or 80s, I don't know, a long time ago. But it's a blue state. I was surprised Trump did as well as he did, even though he lost. He didn't win New Jersey in 2024, but he did pretty good because there were lots of parts of New Jersey that resonated with that MAGA stuff, and also to resonate with that conservative policies. Also, it was a backlash against the Democrats and against the Biden administration and how they had handled things. So I thought that I thought that if the Democrats were going to really I thought that 2025 would be a good opportunity for the Democrats. I don't want to say to live up to what they've been saying they're all about, but you pick Ras, you put him out there, you're making your candidate, then that's really saying something for statewide office to me, even though I've been personally informed that there were many, many limitations and considerations and factors that contributed to Ras not getting that official Democratic Party endorsement, and that his candidacy was kind of an uphill battle, so to speak, from the beginning for some people, based off of a lot of things that I won't get into right now, right? But I'm not mad at Mikey Sherrill being the candidate. She may do a good job. Right? She'll be she should win, and I'm gonna say if she should win. This is Jersey, right? What the heck? I mean, even though there's a lot of support for Trump, once again, it's a blue state. The only last time a Republican won was Christie. They had a third-party candidate involved who siphoned off those independent New Jersey votes because they had fed up with Corzine. And in the head-to-head race, Democrat and Republican, Democrats should probably always win Jersey unless something changes. If Mikey Sherrill loses this election, talk about bellwether, that'd be crazy, man. That'd be alarms ringing across the nation, right? But I can't see her not winning, right? Especially that she got the endorsement of all those four core counties in New Jersey that I think you need to have. You need to have Essex, Hudson, Passaic, and Union counties. You win those four counties, you win in New Jersey because they're the most populous. They got the four biggest cities, and they got the most population, the most people, the most registered voters. So if you win those four, you should take Jersey, right? Even if not even the rest of the entire state goes against you, but you only need a few from the rest of the state, those 4 counties, right? And Mikey Sherrill, from what it seems to me, she got the endorsement of all of those as opposed to Ross. But once again, Ross still came in second place, and he didn't lose by a landslide. He only lost by a relatively small amount. So that's saying something that he had. A lot of people felt like I felt, I would say, and he had some appeal. But the mainstream or the official Democratic New Jersey Democratic Party was not feeling that appeal. Right? And so he did not get their endorsement, and so he did not win. But Mikey Shore should win, especially because on her undercard, I call it the undercard, but her lieutenant governor is a black pastor. His name is Dale, I think. I have to look it up. I had it up before. Uh, what I think about Mikey Sherrill, my first thing is she reminds me of Christy Whitman. Christy Whitman was a Republican, though. When I say that, that's not in a negative way because of Christy Whitman, and Mikey Sherrill, they're both white, they're both women, right? They're from New Jersey, right? But Christy Whitman, Mikey Sherrill reminds me of her because of her running mate. When Christy Whitman won, it was a surprise because, like I said, Georgia's a blue state, it's a Democratic state. So when Christy Whitman won, people going, "Wow, New Jersey went Republican and went red, and it's incredible, and a woman won, and what's going on? How did that happen?" And so they asked her campaign manager. His name was Dick Morris. Remember that name, Dick Morris. And they asked her campaign manager, "How did you do it? What did you do?" It was Sergeant McGuinn is miraculous. What did you do? And Dick Morris said to the whole world, "I paid off the black pastors to keep the black vote down. That we paid the black pastors off to keep the black voter turnout down so that we could win that statewide election in New Jersey." He said that on the Fox News. You can go back and look it up. Dick Morris said that straight up. He paid the black pastors and they kept the vote down, and that's how. And no black vote, the Republican can win. Now, at the time, many Democrats and a lot of black pastors, they disputed that. They said, "Nah, he was just full of it. He was not telling the truth." I say the proof is in the pudding because after that, we got what in my lifetime, I have to look at research maybe, the first lieutenant governor under Christy Whitman. And his name was Buster Soares, and he was a black pastor. I met Buster Soares when he came to Hillside back when I was a reporter. Because his friend, Fred Lester, had been elected to become the president of the Hillside Board of Education. And they had a party, a celebration, whatever. And Buster Soares came through as a guest speaker for Fred Lester, right? But also Buster Soares, he became Christy Whitman's lieutenant governor. Now, in the wake of Dick Morris saying we paid off the black pastor, a black pastor getting a high appointment and maybe the creation of a new position seems a little fishy, right? A little suspect, right? And so you go, was Dick Morris lying? I don't know, right? But anyway, but he was infamous for that. So we remember that Dick. I'm going to call Tuesday, November 4th, 2025, the Day of the Dicks, or Dick Day in New Jersey, because Mackie Sherrill's candidacy reminded me of Dick Morris. But then also today we found out that Dick Cheney, the other legendary Dick in American history, right? He died. And for those who don't know who Dick Cheney is, he's the vice president under George W. Bush. He's one of the architects of that second Iraq war. And he's a Halliburton guy. He's a U.S. military industrial complex type dude. Private contractor, made billions in like the corporate America, and he's conservative to the core. He shot a guy in the face with buckshot on a hunting trip, and the guy apologized for being in the way that he shot him. Right? Shoot me in the face, but it was my bad. I should have been in your way, right? But he's a hardcore conservative dude. His daughter Liz Cheney is representing their home state, and apparently she's LGBTQ, and the Democrats felt like because she was openly out there and kind of progressive for the Cheney family and for the politics, the conservative, Republican, nationalist, what right wing politics that she comes from, that she was a friend, right? I don't know about that, right? The apple don't generally fall too far from the tree. But Dick Cheney died. At least I saw the headline that he died at 84 today. So Dick Cheney dying on the day of a New Jersey statewide election reminded me of another Dick, which was Dick Morris, right? Who said, "I pay off the black pastors." And so when I say that Mikey Sherrill kind of reminds me of Christy Whitman, that's not a negative type thing, because even though it kind of maybe is, and it sounds like it probably, but not really. But it is similarities, because if you look at who uh, Mikey Sherrill's lieutenant governor candidate is, it's a black guy, and he's a pastor, just like Buster Story, who's a pastor and a black guy for Christy Whitman. Uh, and so I'm not drawing. That's the only comparison that I'm going to draw. I'm not going to say any kind of anyone knows whatever, but I'm just talking about. I'm commenting on the state of New Jersey politics, and in reference to the fact that I thought that if it's going to be a change, a real change, a different in New Jersey Democratic Party politics and New Jersey politics, and it's national wise, then selecting Roz Barack as your candidate would have been the move, right? If you're going to be about that progressive democratic lifestyle that they say they're about. And so not picking Roz, to me, you're not about that progressive democratic party lifestyle that you say you're about. You're about the, I don't want to say standard or traditional, because I have total respect for Leroy Jones. He's good, good leader, from what I could tell him, great organizer. He's a powerful man too, right? So it's nothing negative on anything. I'm just saying, if you was about that life, you was about it like that, like Master P or something like that, then you'd pick a ride. But so if you didn't pick a ride, you're not about it. You give there's lip service to these things, but it's just business as usual in terms of New Jersey and Democratic Party politics. And that's not, it is what it is. Not that that's necessarily even a bad thing. If the alternative is the MAGA right wing conservative disenfranchisement stuff, that's that's in the air, and has been the standard in American politics for so long. If that's the alternative, then hey, standard democratic stuff, is what. But like I said, to me today, it's the day of the dicks. And listen, and there's another dick it's called Fort Dix. Well, this town Fort Dix is Trump and ICE are trying to use, or are using Fort Dix to house people from their ICE raids. So I got on this whole dick motif, right? And I'm not being lewd about it, because Richard, if your name is Richard for many years in America, your nickname could be Dick. So Dick Morris is really Richard Morris. He's Richard Dick Morris, and Dick Cheney is really Richard Dick Cheney. And then we had Richard Nixon, and his name was Richard, so he was Dick Nixon, and we remember him as Tricky Dick because he lied, he did Watergate and stuff, right? So this all comes to my mind. There's somebody who knows a little bit about American history and American politics and politics in New Jersey and nationally and whatever. And so yes, I'm officially in the eclipse spotlight, eclipse dubbing Tuesday, November 4th, 2025, at the Day of the Dicks in New Jersey. Dick Day. It's funny. To me, it's funny. It's no offense to anybody, but it is. Like I said, yeah, I really did. And it's not a knock, like I said, not a knock on Michael Sherrill or her running mate. I would pull his name up because it doesn't come to mind, because he's not Buster Stories. But he is her running mate. I'll share my screen. Let me see if I can share my screen, because I don't think I have it. I share my screen and I'll go look him up, and I'll try to do him some justice, as opposed to just saying, uh, that he was, the new Dick. Because that's not what he was. Oh, let me see if I can share this. Hold on, let me look him up. Let me look him up. But yeah. So to me, that's just, that's just Jersey politics and that's politics. So actually, they had a chance to elect Rocco and do something really different uh, in terms of Democratic Party dynamics and things, but they did not choose to go that direction. And yeah, his name is Dale Caldwell. Let me get the images for you. Dale Caldwell. So he's not Buster Soros, he's Dale Caldwell. Here, I'll show you a picture of Dale Caldwell. Right? Right? Can I get that? Is it gonna show up? Yeah, see, there's Dale Caldwell. Right. But once again, I mean, to me, and they say he's a composite pastor. Uh, he's on some board or something. And so I'm not knocking his acumen or his experience or his qualifications or anything like that. I'm just saying that I remember Buster Soros and I remember Christy Whitman. And in terms of lieutenant governor, like I said, not knocking anyone, but um, but I knew who Sheila Oliver was and what is. I knew who Sheila Oliver was. So picking Sheila Oliver to be lieutenant governor, if you're Murphy, that made sense. She could actually had the experience and know-how, power, smarts to run the state of New Jersey if something happened to the government, to to Murphy, so he couldn't function. And Sheila Oliver was qualified, could do it, right? Not to say that Dale can't or that Buster Flores could not when he had the opportunity. And maybe I think he did sometimes. He took off with them. But um, but yeah, I don't think he knows Sheila Oliver. And that's not a knock on Dale Caldwell. It's just the operation. It's just that, right? So I mean, but there is that. So this is how it's going to be. I'm going to click on this. This is how it's going to be for the next 4 years. Because like I said, I can't imagine Mikey Sherrill losing. I mean, if he did, that'd be some stuff for everybody, right? And so I'm gonna stop sharing. So I just wanted to say that, right? The day of the dicks. Ah, that's funny to me. It may not be funny to everybody else. But yes. And so we'll see. It's 5:30 right now. I'm about to go out and vote, right? I'm gonna vote, I'm gonna vote for sure. Vote Democrat, right? Vote for Dale, right? And then and now, the state level, then the other local issues, I'll go through that. And we'll get back to that when I come back because especially in Jersey City, F. Scott Fitzgerald, the great American author, once said that there are no second acts in American life, but he ain't no Jim McGreevy, who's about to become the mayor of Jersey City, right? He used to be the governor of New Jersey, right? So we'll see how this turns out. But that's the choice, right? Chiarelli to the Republican side, the MAGA side, the Trump side, and on the other side, Michael Sherrill and Dale Caldwell. And once again, the Sherrill Caldwell ticket just reminded me of Dixon, Jersey. Dick Morris, Dick Cheney. All right. This is going to be on the Eclipse Spotlight, episode 4.5. It's going to be on YouTube, the ES channel. I put it across other social media related products, and I put a link on the Twitter website, right? That's hilarious.